Hello guys, you are watching Dumb Football Reviews and here I am after the closing of the match day 2 of UCL group matches. Definitely lots of surprises, lots of shocks, and still I will choose only 4 games to discuss because all the others was very much predicted. Yes, the scorecard was a little different from the normal predictions, but I believe the result was pretty much expected and predicted by all of the football analysts and experts. But the 4 fixtures which I will choose first, it's Napoli versus Real Madrid, which Real Madrid won at away. Second is Newcastle versus PSG, the important match of the group of death. The third game will be Lens versus Arsenal, which Arsenal lost, and the fourth game will be Man United versus Galatasaray at Old Trafford. So let's start with my favorite fixture, Manchester United versus Galatasaray. So when United lost the first game against Bayern Munich, it was expected because Bayern Munich is a huge team and they were so much in practice in UCL and it was their home, so everybody was expecting that Man U will lose the game. But what happened at Old Trafford was the upset actually because of the pressure of the name Manchester United under Ten Hag with his built team. The new player Hojland has scored 2 goals, which was a pretty confidence booster for Manchester United. That not just Haaland but also Holland is also scoring. But they conceded 3. I mean, I do not know what for last 2.5 years and many years in the era of Ole also. Man United used to blame only 2 people for conceding so much. First is De Gea and second is Maguire. But now these 2 players both are absent, and despite that they conceded 3. And what one thing which I have to mention that Galatasaray Icardi missed the penalty. Despite missing the penalty, they lost 3-2. Casemiro got red card. Onana's doing mistakes so frequently, and the third goal, the penalty, the game where Manchester United actually lost was because of the Onana's mistake, which led to the red card, which led to the penalty, which was actually missed, but led to the red card. That was most important part when Man United went to 10 men down. And after that, Man United was not interested in the game anymore, and they were no favorite to win the game. But it was expected that maybe the game will go to draw 2-2, and Man United will get at least 1 point, which is very important then. But now Galatasaray is sitting with the 4 points on second, and Bayern Munich is expected on the top. The third team is pretty weak, Copenhagen, and it was expected that Man United will win both games against Copenhagen at home and away. But right now it is pretty difficult for Manchester United right now to qualify for the next round. They have to win the last 4 games at least, or to win 3 and a draw 1, including Galatasaray. They have to win against Galatasaray now to qualify for the next round. And after that, if they win the 4 of them, they will be sitting with the 12 points. So it's a win-win situation for them. It's no problem if they win the remaining 4 games. But if we consider that they still have to play Bayern Munich, doesn't matter if it's in Bayern Munich, is in Old Trafford, they have to play Bayern Munich. And if we consider that they will not win against Bayern Munich, then they have to win the 2 games against Copenhagen, securing 6 points. Because Galatasaray drawn against Copenhagen, and that was the pretty good sign for Manchester United. They still have a hope. But they have to win at least 3 games and to draw against Bayern Munich, the mighty Bayern Munich, to qualify. Even if they win 3 games consecutively, next 3 games, 2 against Copenhagen and 1 against Galatasaray, I think they will qualify. Because Galatasaray is not that consistent enough to win against Copenhagen, because they already drawn the game. So it will be interesting. It was never a group of death, but it has become now. So let's talk about the group and the match of Arsenal, Lens versus Arsenal. I predicted with Ahmed when we made video together, when I said that we all are expecting Sevilla to finish first and the Arsenal to finish second in the group, or maybe a little change that Sevilla is finishing top and the Arsenal is finishing second. But as I said, that Lens is a very good team in League One, which I have witnessed because we used to see League One because of Messi for last 2 years. But the matter of fact is that because of that, which I have witnessed, that Lens will be the threatening element in the group, and that is exactly what happened. That Lens defeated Arsenal at their home, and now with this defeat, Sevilla sitting on third, and maybe it suits them. Sevilla always wanted the third position. I don't know why, but they are so suitable for last 3 positions, so they are there, and Arsenal is on second, and maybe with this, after the third game, this group will also turn out to be a group of death. Unfortunately, but yes. Now, let's talk about the most surprising and happening match of the match day 2, Newcastle versus PSG. When Newcastle qualified for the Champions League, it was never expected Newcastle to do these kind of things in UCL. But when they drawn into the group of death, that was also the stamped that now the Newcastle journey will be over. Borussia Dortmund has lots of experience. PSG has lots of players with Lucho in UCL to win and to qualify for the next round with better points, with better performances. But what we have witnessed last night, what we have witnessed against PSG, the mighty Newcastle, the long strengthened player Newcastle have collected, actually resulted them to win against the mighty PSG. I mean, what I know that PSG is not a good team. They do not have big names. They only have two familiar names, Mbappe and Dembele. We all know Dembele. We all know the potential of Dembele. We have seen enough of him in Barcelona. He was a better team. He was in a better team, Barcelona, and he did nothing. So all eyes were on Mbappe, and we all know that one player alone cannot do the magic, cannot do the trick to make you win when the team is conceding 4 goals, and all of the 4 goals was outstanding. All credit to Newcastle. Newcastle played a game when they were not dark horses, they were not underdogs, they were no PSG didn't look a favorite team at all from the very first minute. PSG created some chances in the starting moments where we saw that maybe PSG will win it. But after the first goal, which came after the mistake of keeper, the game was over. The game was over because Newcastle was all over it, and the crowd that must be appreciated in every condition, because that was outstanding. The ultras was there, the stupid ultras was there to support PSG, but they were nowhere in front of Newcastle and English spectators we have seen, or we used to see in every weekend in Premier League. So Newcastle created a humongous turnaround in this group. When PSG defeated Borussia Dortmund last week, it was clear that PSG will qualify. But now, after this match day, Newcastle and Borussia Dortmund have done something which can calculate it into the result that will send PSG to the Europa League. I mean, PSG have to come back now very strongly to ensure that maybe they have to win. They have to win now. They have 3 points. They won against Borussia Dortmund. They won against a very big team, and that's good for them. But now it's really difficult for them because Newcastle is in very prime position. And next match will be Newcastle versus Borussia Dortmund. That will also give the very clear picture of the group after the next match. But all credit goes to Newcastle for giving the best match of the match day 2. That was so clear, so evident. Newcastle was so dominant. Newcastle was so consistent with the ball. Newcastle was so the better word should be the dominant. Dominant should be the better word. The best word which I can use for Newcastle is that they were not threatened. They never considered and they never looked like PSG is a bigger team with a bigger names, with a bigger experience in UCL. They never let them use that. That was the best part about Newcastle. So hats off to them. The last which I used to mention, that Real Madrid once again, they defeated Napoli at home. You have to mention Real Madrid spirit in UCL is totally different. You may watch Real Madrid getting knocked out from Copa del Rey. You may see smaller teams defeating Real Madrid in La Liga every weekend. But when they come in UCL, what they actually do is what I call magic. Jude Bellingham, which people were mocking him that he was the player to be very right position at the right place and the right time to do tap-ins in the last moments. He is no magic. He's just doing tap-ins. What he did against Napoli was something a shut-up call for all the haters. And I have to mention that Real Madrid is favorite to win UCL again. With these kind of performances, with these kind of pressure which they are creating to the oppositions, that yes, it's a chance. Real Madrid can do it. They can concede, they will concede, but they will score. And definitely, football is a simple. It's a game with a simple mathematical calculation. That if you score more, you will win the game. And Real Madrid have that charm. Real Madrid have that quality. That doesn't matter which players are playing right now. They have the ability to score more than the opposition. If the opposition will score 2, we will score 3. If opposition will score 3, we will score 4. So when it comes to calculate the performances, oh my God, Real Madrid conceded 3 goals. That's so stupid. What their defensive things are doing, what their defenders are doing. Doesn't matter. When you win the game, it doesn't matter. And Real Madrid is winning, and Real Madrid will win, and they are so good with it. I mean, despite being a Real Barcelona fan, who also won against Porto, must mention, I have to admit that Real Madrid in UCL is outstanding. It's like, you know, India cricket team at their home. It's like Messi at Barcelona or Messi in Argentina. It's like so obvious that Real Madrid playing and in UCL, then they will win it. They can win it. So Real Madrid is sitting on top. Real Madrid is the same team who won on the dying minutes against Union Berlin, a new German team, a baby German team, and now they defeated the Italian champions, and not just the Italian champions who are champions after 32 years. They have so quality players, and hands off to Real Madrid again. So thank you so much. A video again without Ahmed. I asked him to do a video for the Tuesday fixtures, and I'll do for the Wednesday fixtures, but it's fine, it's okay. So see you in the next video.